Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first match of the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Speedgaming Live 2025. Today we got Hataks versus Odraun, Game 1, and we will also have Game 2 afterwards. It should be a blast. Hataks went and straight through qualifiers, won both of the async qualifiers to tie for first place seeding wise. Odraun, on the other hand, had qualifier wise just missed out of automatically making brackets with 15th place, but ended up qualifying in 15th through the last chance match. Either way, it should be a blast. With this flag set, anyone can win. It looks like we rolled 19 seeds shard hunt. And that with the rolling being 16 through with the seeds can go from 16 to 32, so definitely on the lower end for the runners. But anyways, this will be our first match, Hataks versus Odraun. Should be starting off in just a minute. Looking at the companion list, only one of them really has anything to contribute for the entire seed, really, and that is Phoebe with her spells. You'll have to get to level 16 on Benjamin before she can contribute at the final fight, but will do a lot of work. Yep. 19 sky fragments, so we'll see how fast or how buried they end up being. And it looks like we're off. As expected, Volcano Pazuzu's Tower in Foresta region. Both of them heading straight to do the volcano clear. With the way the logic works, because there's nothing gating a lot of both of those, they tend to just pop up early. Life is massive. And we've found one of the early kind of dead ends of Volcano with Medusa. So means when we get to the original first screen, one path will lead to the exit, the other will lead to the other dead end, which is pretty good when we don't have exit just yet. But one of the fun parts about Volcano is without the mask, we aren't able to see the enemies, so it's a little tougher to get perfect movement and avoid all of them. Let's see. Only way we're going to learn exit, which is real nice for leaving these dungeons fast and easy, is if we find it in a chest for Benjamin. Bombs is also big. Bombs and Claw gate quite a bit has been my experience, and with that sand coin, we have another region opened up with the Aquaria region being nice and simple. And yeah, the random fights, if you can clear them quickly, are nice to quick get through. With that axe, all we're missing is a basic claw, and we have almost full rain. Vita Shield, anti-paralysis, quite nice for Benjamin. And that bombs will give us quick route through at minimum for us to fight. Sky Fragment, 1 of 19. Mega Grenades. Bigger bombs, that I think even will get us through most Aquaria encounters and opens up some checks. Mostly in Lava Dome can be Mega Grenade locked, but does have some uses. Oh, Rope Bridge. We'll see. Oh, we did start. I mentioned Phoebe was the one companion, but we did start with Phoebe, so definitely don't need to worry about any of the other companions. We're not getting rid of our companion. Any quick ones? 2 of 2, potentially doable. 4 of 4 looks like Hataks wants to get some base levels through the easies and get some seed money for the later game. Odraun saving just in case it's nasty. Goes to the 1 of 1. And looks like it wasn't quite the XP we would hope, but gotta give it a shot. And I missed the amount of money, but it looks like we have Hataks heading straight to Pazuzu's tower. Grabs 2 chests, then decides that's enough. Let's move on towards Sandcoin. Odraun, on the other hand, is completely forgoing Pazuzu's tower for now. $300 gold. Six seeds can be enough. Can always dupe seeds if needed. But Libra and Sealed, quick dice, easy, and there's Lava Dome. Bone Dungeon makes a lot of sense because it full clear, but along with some towns. If we can get Claws, that Wintry Cave is also quite big. Looks like we got Windia. That's got some of the best amount of chests in the town regions. And Bone Dungeon looks like it started us slightly on the other end of the entrance. Glamorous will not be done tonight. Absolutely nothing behind. But still plenty of Bone Dungeon. And Aegis Shield, Petrify Immunity, fantastic. Looks like we decided to peek to see if there was seeds for sale, since we have not found Fireberg. It gives us even just 3 seeds is enough with duping. Just have to take time. And we see Odraun heading to the full large dungeon crawl that we can full clear with Bone Dungeon. Well, Attacks has been doing all of the smaller checks in progressing value. Can't quite do everything here, but only about 1 to 2 chests will be fading. And with a save, can just reset out. It looks like. I would kind of expect Attacks to head to Bone Dungeon next. But the big thing is, Mega Grenades unlocks a decent amount with Lava Dome. You can still get Claw Locked is the big one. Captain's Cap. In a 19 shard, you're almost never going to get use, but it can save a hair bit of time randomly, but in most cases on this flag set, with Open Dark King, we don't need the cap. But we see the runners kind of retracing. Thunder Rock, Captain's Cap, Mega Grenades. We just need a Sun Coin for full boat access, along with a crest, I guess, to warp into it. It'll be interesting to see if either runner ends up there. With needing level 16 Phoebe for Flare, the main use is as probably as a grind spot, but if you can get to the Sun Coin region, you probably have some of those already. So far, looks incredibly even. There's that Kaylee. We'll see where they sync up when they head into Lava Dome, which it looks like our progression is going to be through there. Oh, and Odraun does have a claw, so that will allow access to the last part of Wintery Cave. We'll see if that's our progression. Hataks would eventually come back with the claw. It's a lot nicer to be able to just one and done, especially with this layout. And it looks like we are getting a squid check. Odraun, as the lower seed, is definitely trying to make some plays here. There's that Charm Claw for attack, so that'll be full access to Lava Dome and access to that back part of Wintery. Oh, sorry, with the nice room on Lava Dome first, and unfortunately just a brown box. But hey, there's some seeds. Not quite a good spot to farm them, but access to seeds can be big, especially in the earlier regions. And Dragon Claw was locked behind the other claw, so if Tree shows up, that could be big. It also does allow access to the Fopazuzu, so Odraun could head back there. Let's see. Where are we? 10 shards, so 10 to 5, so Lava Dome's been paying out. I see we do have access to Tree now. So definite bit of divergence there. If Tree has some high value shards and Lava Dome gives access to other regions, that could be a big divergence. Shards are coming fast from Lava Dome. And Mobius Crest is also big. We'll see how fast Tree is for Odraun. My assumption on why no one's using Phoebe's Quake really is Mega Grenades tends to do the job, so why use spell slots if you don't have to? Also, not strong, even if it's super effective. Alright, we found the Ghidra 1. Get up above. Oh, and we found Ghidra's room. That's River Coin. The only thing that I would make this even bigger is if we can get the lava or exit. You could lock it. Oh, that's... Looks like we're going for Ghidra. That's very aggressive. It should open up some amount of the dungeon. Let's Petrify rolled into Paralysis, I believe. Or Sleep into Petrify. I don't know which one is the one that matters. But looks like we are heading out of Tree, or we're taking another path. Talk should be finishing up the Lava Dome clear shortly. I recommend. And without another coin, looks like we're checking out the Mobius Crest Warp. Yeah. Lava Dome was very nice to Tox on the Sky Fragments. So, well, the River Coin appears to be our progression. We'll see how... Oh, Venus Key. The Mobius Crest Warps could also unlock the seed for Hatox, though. I was... The question is, was the River Coin actually Dragonclaw locked? Oh, and here we are on the second floor. So we got access to those chests, and I believe should be on our way out as fast as we can. 18, so just needs one more shard. Level 10. Oh, yep. So if it was not a shard... And with that, that's go mode for attack. If we grind up 6 more levels on Benjamin, that's kind of rough. We'll have a very strong Phoebe. Otherwise, we do have life on both and can have Benjamin be the main damage and just Phoebe on keep alive duty. I think with that go mode, attacks might be leaving. Taking in whatever encounters we find along the way, so definitely looking to get some levels. We'll have to see how fast Odraun Lava Dome takes versus... Oh, well, there's seeds for attacks. So 3, can quick dupe about 4 or so, maybe 5. 14, so still need to get 5 more for Sky Fragments for Odraun. Well, there was a River Coin, the second half of Tree did not have as much value as Odraun would have hoped. So, getting the seeds duped, we'll see if hataks tries seeing any gray battlefields, if hataks sees if there's a good encounter in the path to Dark King. Definitely getting the seed dupes done. Weed. Level 12, so bit of an XP advantage on Odraun at the moment. Duping has been fully completed by hatak. No gray battlefields. I will likely go and do unless we already cleared it, the one from Foresta, but 17, so just need 2 more for Odraun. We definitely want those last 4 levels on Benjamin. However, we do have double life, and Benjamin does have a spell if we can't get the XP at a reasonable rate. There is always strats, and enemy literally right next to the door. That's very nice. And that's go mode for Odraun. Looks like we're heading to the Fireberg region to look for our XP there. But that was very nice encounter section. But we'll see if we take much more. It depends on how early we want the flare. Do we want it for the full refight, or are we going to try and just get it mid refight? Looks like we found an encounter tile over in the... Ooh, wow, that quake did a lot because it wasn't lit. One more. Look at the spells and resistances shuffle. Fire is projectile. That'll really... Minimum, we definitely want Phoebe's Flare before Zoo. Hataks is looking at something. But 2 more levels to get Phoebe's Flare because it's Phoebe level 21 for it. Decide we needed just a couple more seeds. And looks like we have Odraun caught up, or also found the very easily accessible grind spot. Looks like it's down just a little bit of level, but very close. Super tight first race. Could definitely go down to Dark King and refight RNG. How many seeds does Odraun have? Tox is definitely good for seed-wise. Gonna go and take this last fight. Decent chance of it getting us to $16. But either way, the big one we want it for is at the end, and we'll have it for. But Hataks will be the first one into those refights, hitting the first one at just at about 28:30. Looks like Odraun is likely going to go to 16 before Skolaris. Even without Phoebe contributing heavily with damage, and she's still doing 700, Skolaris does have very low HP. And Ultima pointing out holy weakness swapping with Bomb. We could definitely be Mega Grenading for about 1300. And attacks, leaving the fight right as Odraun heads in. Ooh. Definitely want to get rid of the ninjas. Looks like a Petrify attempt. Good thing we have the Aegis shield. Unfortunately, despite having Phoebe Flare, she's been paralyzed. And stoned. Just about a full minute separating, and once again, as Odraun enters the refight, Hatax is leaving it. Phoebe instantly getting turned to stone. Looks like we've been going for Dragon Claw, Petrified procs, but from what chats, Odraun got Petrify on Rex. Ooh. And with that Petrify, quick reset. And with the two casters and Phoebe putting out sheer numbers, we're tearing through the Hydra as well. Golem, I believe, is immune. So, without exit, no way to skip the Golem fight. And here's where we'll see the big value of Flare as soon as we can cast it. Who knows who the threat is? but that projectile element flare is going to be doing so much damage when it's allowed to fire. Oof! Good thing we have life. Looks like we're trying to conserve feeds on Odraun's side, so likely didn't do quite enough. And Tox manages to steer through and be first runner to reach Dark King. Grabs 25 seeds and is ready to go. We'll have to see whether Dark King's come to play or if he's gonna just let us blast him down. I think our main fear will be charming Phoebe into flaring the party. Golem down. Man, everything's petrifying Phoebe. Looks like we're doing 724 damage to Benjamin and a bunch to Phoebe as well. So, Dark King 2 has been punching real hard single target. Definitely want to punch through. Oh, 717. This phase 2, we definitely want to get rid of it as soon as possible because those numbers have been quite large. We're hoping phase 3 and 4 plays just a little nicer. The nice thing is with Phoebe being faster, usually, even if Dark King knocks down Benjamin, when we have that life queued up, Benjamin is still putting out some damage with white. Gotta heal Phoebe. Okay, immune to sleep, that's good. That's a free turn, allowing us to really just blast it. 739, so still has some amount of big damage, but should be able to get through. That knockout on Benjamin. Oh, and Benjamin is not immune to sleep. But on to phase 4. Just pushing through the damage. HP's high on Phoebe. Benjamin's down. Resurrect. Benjamin's down. Resurrect. Phoebe can take the hit. And thanks to being faster, we'll keep that pushing. Hitting down Phoebe while we have a life queued up, also great. And looks like we're gonna double punch to try and finish it off. And there we go. Tox wins game 1 with a race time of 37:40. With Odraun having just reached Dark. We'll see how Odraun's Dark King goes. Oof. That some big damage, and oh, that's a wipe, and it looks like Odraun has forfeited from first seed, and the two runners will be working to prep for game 2. Which should be starting off in about, they should start seed 2 in about 8 minutes or so. Let's take a look and see what they rolled for seed number 2. For seed 2, we will have went from a jet with 19 to almost near max roll with 30 shards. Earth is flare, so meteor will be pretty solid throughout most of it, with flare being projectile again, so very good on zoo. Let's see. It's confusion to stone, so anything that could be confused can be stone now. And silence doom. Kaylee gets white right from the start. Tristram doesn't look like he gets anything. Phoebe only gets really thunder and Kier. So if we do have a with 30 shards is not likely going to be who we want. And with Ruben only getting Blizzard, it looks like the only one who will be a damage assistance to Dark King will be Haley this next seed.